Ooh. This is the scientific term. Right side garbage.
Right side garbage?
Not bad. Your dorsiflexion saves you, but your hamstrings are super tight.
Some nights I wake up and I walk like this. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I'm to go into the bathroom and I'm doing this, and I don't know what's wrong with me.
We just did the assessment, and we found that his hips are just tight as all get out. So we're trying to fix the hips, which is a mix of weak muscles and tight muscles. His dorsiflexion isn't bad at all, but then his hamstrings are really bad. So he has some advanced methods to try to bring up the strength of his hamstrings, the range of motion in his hips. And then because we're here, we're gonna give her, and we're doing a fun little method. It's a version of high density training. So it's isometrics mixed with reps. So trying to keep him on his toes, even in retirement, doing something fun. He's in a good position. His vertical is up 8.6 inches in the last year. And that's with no like athlete-based training. And his lower body force production is up 46%. So he's in a position like his body's revving up, like it wants to be athletic. Like it's not just him that wants to dunk a ball and clean 405, his body's asking for it.
I was born for this.
Yeah.
$5 energy right there. What is up, YouTube? We have Mr. Justin King back in the house, the king of Built Better himself, pro athlete trainer and maker of C-Bum being more jacked.
Yeah.
That's the official title.
That is. It's a long one.
I'm entering into my new season of life right now. I don't know what the fuck it is right now, so he's gonna be doing an assessment for me, which we did. We've done 2 of them in the past.
Yeah, two big ones. One when you were in Arizona, but it wasn't as assessee.
As assessee?
Not as assessee.
So pretty much, I want to be able to be healthier, feel better, a little bit more functional, a little bit more athletic, but still jacked. And he said, have my cake and eat it too, is pretty much what I want to do.
Yeah.
We all want to live our life like that. So what is the point of this assessment? What's some of the stuff you go over for it? And how does it benefit like actual bodybuilding too?
Yeah.
Because it seems like it's something only athletes do.
No, yeah. I mean, your body is extremely complex, and especially in your case, like you've been training now for 15 years, and within that, you've accumulated a ton of injuries and a ton of little quirks. Like when we were going through the assessment, your right glute would be good, but your left wouldn't. But then your right hamstring would not be good, but then your left would. Yeah. So you have all these little things that will determine how we need to train you. And especially now that you're getting into more of the athletic side of things while still being jacked, there's a change in the training slightly, and there's a higher risk of injury, in my opinion. So we have to take a very cautious approach. But even if someone's just a bodybuilder, like we were talking about this yesterday during the training, if you're able to recognize there's a risk of injury to your right shoulder, let's say, and you can spend 3-4 weeks fixing it, before you go into like a pushing phase of some sort. If you can fix that, now your risk of injury goes down. Or maybe you increase the range of motion, then you can recruit more fibers and you're gonna get more hypertrophy. Just in general, we're trying to figure out as much information on you. I like to say we wanna know our athletes and our people head to toe, inside and out. And once we know all of that, we then can program specific to them. The more specific we can get, the faster the results come. And so that's really all it is. And there's a bunch of fancy, sciencey things that we do within it, but at the basis, that's what it is we just want to know who the person is, and then from that, figure out the best plan of action.
So even though typically only athletes do it, it's beneficial to bodybuilders?
For everyone. And I mean, we're not going to take a bodybuilder and do a vertical jump test, unless if it's you and Calvin and Chadrick, of course.
Trying to fuck around.
Yeah. But even for a bodybuilder, there's different tests that you can look at, especially the range of motion ones, the muscle testing where we're seeing like, okay, is something painful or overly weak? Your body's a system. So if there's a weak link, that will always be your limiting factor. Your body's an entire chain. So even for bodybuilders, you still have to find that, train it, and then just being aware of where you're at in your training age and your journey with how long you've been training. And then you can tweak things and make a good plan.
Yeah, I find it so interesting how like athletes have like a team of people that take care of them, specific training periods of the year for just injury prevention, all the things. And bodybuilders like me, I tore my labrum and I'm like, I'll just take 3 weeks off after the Olympia and then just get back to it.
Exactly.
You know, and then there's no fixing it. So now I have a shoulder that's like completely tucked in here.
Yeah, and thank God it didn't turn into anything worse, but a lot of people that's career ending, or it turns into 3 more injuries, where you can just slow down for a second and go, okay, what's the reason that this is happening? Identify it, fix it, and then you extend your career, or your muscle belly presents better on stage, or you have a less stressful prep because you don't tear your lat or your bicep or whatever. Like, so there's definitely wisdom in slowing down, figuring that out, and then going from there.
I find it hilarious too, bodybuilders, like, again, speaking for myself, it's like my shoulder starts to hurt. Okay, well then just stop doing free weights and just do more machines, because it's a less range of motion and it's more like secure, and then you just keep going, your injury just gets worse and worse because you're just like enabling it pretty much.
No, exactly. And at the end of the day, like when you step onto stage, no one cares if you can do a full squat at all. But people do care if you actually make it to the stage, or if your quads have developed well, or whatever it is. And what are the dictating factors of that? Your risk of injury, the range that you can train, and whether or not you can fatigue a fiber. You'll fatigue more fibers with a greater range and with more load. You get that by fixing the little weak links that we were talking about. So it's still, even when people make the argument like, no, it doesn't matter if you do this or that in your training, like you can definitely up it 1%, 5%, 10%. The end result, if you do go back to the basics and fix all those things. So it's still super important, even for bodybuilding.
All right, we're gonna go train. Justin's down here helping film some stuff for the app right now. Like he was saying, we're putting a lot of cool stuff in there of proper periodization, proper loading. We're gonna be putting in this year of a lot of like injury prevention stuff, which isn't gonna be like a bullshit hour thing. It'll be like 15 minutes before a workout.
Yeah, if that.
If that. Like simple things that you can actually apply to the workouts, add it to the programs that are already there, and then prevent injury, produce better results. So lots of cool stuff we're planning for the year for the app, but for now we're gonna get a workout in and try not to get too skinny and try to jump high.
Yeah. Was that influenced by anyone particularly, or you just wanted one?
I just like want to do cardio in that ways that's not just cardio, you know?
Yeah. Because I didn't realize, but you have so many like endurance-based like people around you.
Oh yeah.
Like you're a fish out of water a little bit.
Everyone's like endurance based. Like I did that High Rocks workout at Dom's and like I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
The little pieces of it. Like I would totally like a day or two a week, like do like a circuit where my heart rate's like fucking crazy so I can have good endurance. Like I'd like to, like if we're traveling and I want to keep up with someone.
It's nice. It's nice, but yeah. 10 more. 10, 9. Yeah, so we just did the assessment and we found that his hips are just tight as all get out. So we're trying to fix the hips, which is a mix of weak muscles and tight muscles. His dorsiflexion isn't bad at all, but then his hamstrings are really bad. So he has some advanced methods to try to bring up the strength of his hamstrings, the range of motion in his hips. And then because we're here, we're gonna give her, and we're doing a fun little method. It's a version of high density training. So it's isometrics mixed with reps. So trying to keep him on his toes, even in retirement, doing something fun. But that's the main goal for today's increasing ranges of motion, strengthen weak tissues, and then just a little treat, a little post-Christmas treat. Ooh-wee. Let me make sure you're not on the ground for the next one. So you're in the bottom. And don't make the quarter straight up and down. It's back and up. There you go, there you go. Okay, that's good. Let's go other side. One more. One right there, and then back down. 2. Right there. Good, other side. Okay, here we go.
Wait, what am I doing?
Quick up, 5 down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. Are you good? 30 seconds, then we'll go a single, then we're gonna go 1 practice set on the 2-1. So for the 2-1, you're curling up with both legs, then you're gonna drop a leg, and then you'll control it down for 5. Both up again, 5 down.
With the same weight?
This is just gonna be a single, because we're gonna be using like a supra maximal weight for you lowering it. So we need to get a heavier set warm up for both legs, so that when we go back to single leg, you're like actually warm enough. So just a single here. The biggest thing is when you reach the top position, it's a slight pause to get rid of the bounce that you'll come out of. Then you'll drop the leg, then you'll go 5 seconds.
Right.
And then you reset in the bottom, and it's alternating.
Alternating?
Alternating. So the left hamstring is weaker, so you'll drop your right leg first. So you'll go up, drop the right, control down with the left. Yeah, so honestly, it's kind of like I have a toolbox of, let's say, 1,000 exercises, and each of them have a category of like, this one's great for your hip, this one's great for your hip if your ankle's bad, this one's great for your hip if your shoulder's bad. And so it's just knowing, being able to do an assessment and figure out what are his limitations and what specifically do we want to bring up for him. And then there's an exercise that's like, oh, you know what, that would be perfect. And then you choose variables based off of his neurochemistry or what he did in his last phase. And it just, the more information you know about them and in general with training, you can just be more and more specific. And then you yield more of a result because of it. 5, 4, 3, 2. One more each side, keep the hips in. 5, 4, 3, 2. Fully extend, now up. Control, drop, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good. So the split squat, the hips are a huge, huge problem, and you have a bilateral discrepancy. Unilateral movement, doing something that's gonna fix your hips a lot. And we're actually in a good position because your dorsiflexion's good, so it'll come faster. Hamstrings are just really weak, and there's a bilateral discrepancy. So a quasi unilateral movement, and you're more advanced, so doing a super maximal eccentric, it's not like jumping the gun on doing something too early, and you'll get your hamstring strong fast. And just the longer eccentric is gonna start to favor what we're going to go into. And for hypertrophy, it'll be really good. Try to make the back leg even longer in the bottom. Hip forward, hip forward, hip forward, quarter. 2 more. 4, good. 5, last one, deep knee bend. Take your time, take your time. 3, 2, deep, 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 deep. Quarter, good. All the way up, and I'll take it again.
Ooh.
No, I would say it's surprisingly athletic. He's in a good position. His vertical is up 8.6 inches in the last year, and that's with no like athlete-based training. Go ahead and lay on your back. And his lower body force production is up 46%. So he's in a position like his body's revving up, like it wants to be athletic. Like it's not just him that wants to dunk a ball and clean 405, his body's asking for it.
I'm born for this.
Yeah. 2 more. Get a racket. Everything feels good on it.
Yeah.
Do your shoulders hurt holding onto the bar?
No.
No? All right, here we go. Right there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down, all the way up. 5, right back down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Halfway down. 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down, all the way up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the fun starts. Here we go. 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Down. And go. 3, 2, 1. 2 second pause. You're right there. 2, 1. Down. 2 reps. 2, 1. This is your last full rep. 1 second pause. 1 and down. And rack. Good. Very good. Welcome back. Welcome back.
If we name a set after standard, like the standard set, It should be that 10-second negative, 9-second negative, 8-second, all the way to
Those are
1.
so brutal.
That was horrible.
Yeah, those are nasty. You have 4 minutes rest, and then we'll go one more time. One more.
Is there a name for that type of set? Or can I steal it?
It would be categorized as something like this one is high density because like the isometric increases the density of the set.
Like now there's like a Yates row, you know?
Yeah,
That could
I
be
mean,
like
you know what? There's
standard
probably
set.
10 people who named it after themselves.
Probably.
Yeah, so you could say a name like that's the Sarchev set or that's the whoever set. Like someone would claim it.
Yeah.
Someone would claim it. There's like
the 11.
nothing new in training. Like it's just different people recycling things.
People with better marketing, stealing other people's ideas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. But we'll find a set that we can name the standard set, and we'll just pay people off to not call it theirs anymore.
We just gotta market it better.
That's right.
That's all it takes.
That's right. 3, 2, 1. 4-second pause. 4, 3, 2, 1 down. Good control. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. 3-second pause. 3, 2, 1 down. 3 reps. 3. Here we go. 2. Good drive. Speed out of the bottom. Boom. 2 more. 2. 1 down. 2 reps. Right back in. Come on. Last one. Just a pause. Hold. Now down and go. Yeah, that's nice. Good work. Whew. Good work. No, I don't think that's the case. I think that if he were to just randomly jump into trying to being athletic, yes. Like a couple months from now, he'd probably be having to get surgery on something because he'd blow his shoulder, or he'd get talked into doing a high rocks workout and blow his Achilles or something like that. But no, he's in a position, he's doing the right things to where he'll be, honestly, I think a year from now, it's gonna be like staggering how still jacked and athletic he's gonna be.
I'm trying to redefine what it means to be hybrid.
That's right.
All these little marathon runners doing high rocks workouts, like, I'm hybrid. I'm like, let me show you.
So what we'll do is we'll go, what position would that be? 1, 2, 3. We'll go position 4. So 4 would be like smaller knee bend. So plantar flex, go to here. Yep.
So I have to be fully like that?
That has to be like an 8-inch stiletto, if that's even a thing. There you go.
There's no way I'm getting more than 10 seconds here.
60 seconds seems realistic for today. Ready? You've already got about 9 seconds of work. Good. You're at 25 right now. So think about this. When you're running, each of the positions represents a different part of your sprint gait. If you can't hold yourself up isometrically, so it's the exact amount of weight as you, and even less because you're supporting yourself. When you run and you propel yourself forward fast, think about how much force you have to produce. It's like 4 times your body weight. So if you can't even support yourself just like this, then that is gonna be the first part of the chain that breaks, and then that's why the knee's gonna go out, or the hip, or the back.
What's gonna physically hurt from that? Oh, and whatever, something above it will.
Anything.
Anything can. It won't be my actual like ankle.
I mean, it could. Yep. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Very good. Okay, a little bit of rest. So this is another really interesting thing. It comes from, or at least I learned it in like velocity-based training. So like when you get deeper into athletic training, it's not always just about the load. It's sometimes about how quickly the load moves. And depending on like how many meters per second, it will elicit a different stimulus. So they did studies and they showed that just showing the athlete how quickly the bar is moving immediately gave them like a 15 to 20% increase because there's an actual metric that was associated. Same thing with everything else. Imagine if every time you went into the gym, you didn't know the load that you were using and you just went until it was difficult. The fact that you know, like, okay, I'm gonna squeak 5 more pounds on, you automatically do better. So that's another reason why tracking is so important.
Yeah.
And on this, you did a 15-second bout on your last one when you're the most fatigued.
Yeah.
Why? Because you actually had a goal in mind and something that was measurable.
Yeah.
So like having something that's measurable, tracking it, knowing what it is, it immediately makes you do better. So, all right, on you. Isometrics are great for pumps too. And who doesn't love a good foot pump?
Yeah.
There's 27, 28. There's 30. Good. You're at 43 right now. One more bout, you can get it done. Oi! Oi!
Abs are cramping.
Yeah?
From squeezing down so hard.
Everything's pissed off.
Oh shit.
One more through. 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Good. Go work. Hands got a little pump too. Oi!
Me? My abs cramp all the time because they're so weak.
It's the worst. Let's see you go. Oi,
I
oi,
wanna
oi,
show
oi.
it.
Oh, there we go.
There. All right, so that's a wrap on 2 days of not doing torture this time. It's been torture in the past. This was actually good. This was manageable. But I asked Justin before how long he thinks it'll take me to be athletic, and he said not so long, which I don't know what that means, but in a year I'll have staggering results.
At least 2 weeks, but maybe as long as 12 months. No, we'll be doing something impressive in like 2-3 months.
I know you hate giving concrete answers, but when do you think I could run a mile?
You could go run a mile right now.
All right, without
It just
hurting
might not
myself,
be
without
pretty.
detrimenting myself in any way.
I don't think you'd detriment yourself if you did it. It'd just be hard. When if you were gonna run a mile and that was like a competition thing that you do, like when would I say it's a good idea to do that? Maybe in like 3 months,
Oh, really?
3-4 months. Yeah, depends. Depends on if you do the spring ankle long gone or if you tell me I block. I'm not sure.
Right, we'll
Yeah.
see. But yeah, that's a wrap on this. We filmed a bunch of stuff, content for the app. Not put that mic near me. A bunch of educational stuff that's gonna be coming out. We got a lot of cool stuff, like I said, planned for the future. So that plus my journey into setting the standard of what it means to be a true hybrid athlete is what we're gonna be embarking on in 2025, and getting bigger calves and check jerks. So
Good luck.
we're getting going. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.